Hi everyone, myself Nirmala, working as an assistant professor of English in A.D.M. College for Women, Autonomous Nagapattinam. We are going to see grammar and usage. Just we should know what is meant by parts of speech. Before that, we should know what is meant by sentence. A sentence is a group of words arranged in order so as to give a complete sense. The words in a sentence are classified into different parts of speech. Broadly speaking, the parts of speech is 8 in number. Types of sentences. First, we should see what is meant by assertive or declarative sentence. This types of sentences declares a statement. For example, she is a girl. Interrogative sentence. It comes under question type. It may be WH questions or yes or no type questions. For example, what is your name? Question mark will be at last. Exclamatory sentence. It expresses a strong and sudden feelings. For example, oh, what a great surprise. Imperative sentence. It comes under request, order, and command. For example, please give me a pen. We can see the parts of speech in general. That is noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Noun. A noun is the name of a person, place, things, and animals, etc. There are types of nouns, that is proper noun, common noun, collective noun, abstract noun, and material noun. We should know the definition for proper noun. A proper noun is a name of sense, some particular person, place, or thing. It begins with a capital letter. For example, Raman is a great man. India is our country. The sun is the brightest planet. Common noun. A common noun is a name given in common to every person or thing of the same class or kind. For example, he is a great man. Man comes under common noun. Book, country, house, floor, actor. Material noun. Material nouns are the names of materials out of which things are made. For example, gold, wood, iron, clay. We can give example sentence. Raja lives in America. Rabbits eat carrots. The pencil is on the table. Collective noun. A collective noun denotes a group of persons or things considered as a single or whole. For example, army, family, that is team, assembly, crowd, an army of soldiers, that is a collection of soldiers. Abstract noun. An abstract noun is the name of quality, state, or action of a person or thing. Example, for name we can say this: goodness, kindness, poverty, love. Action, that is laughter, movements, judgment, and then state, childhood, youth, sleep, etc. Pronoun. A pronoun is a word that is used in the place of a noun or instead of a noun. First person we can say that is I, we, you, he, she, it, they are called as subjective pronouns, and then me, us, you, him, her, it, them comes under adjective pronouns. We can say the kinds of pronouns. There are 10 kinds of pronouns. That is personal. It refers to the first person, second person, third person, singular, plural, everything. Reflexive pronoun. It ends with the self, that is myself, himself, we used to say. Emphatic pronoun. It emphasizes something. Demonstrative pronoun refers to the things that is demonstrates. For example, this is a pen, that is a book. Indefinite pronoun, we used to define it as indefinitely. And then interrogative pronoun, it comes under questions. Question mark will be there. Distributive pronoun, we used to distribute to each and every one. Reciprocal pronoun, that is mutual. Relative pronoun, it used to combine or relate pronouns. And then possessive pronoun, it refers to its own possession. Kinds of pronoun, for example, we can say John likes music. John plays piano. Instead of saying John repeatedly, we can say John likes music. He plays piano. And then I have a toy. The toy is so beautiful. Instead of repeating the toy word, we can say I have a toy. It is so beautiful. Adjective. Adjective is a word used to add something to the meaning of a noun or describe a noun. It gives additional information about the noun. We can say the kinds of adjectives, that is adjectives of quality, refers to the kind, size, color, nature. Adjectives of quantity refers to the quantity of things. Adjectives of number, it may be definite, indefinite, and distributive. Demonstrative adjectives, it point out some person or thing. Interrogative adjectives, we can ask question. And then possessive adjectives, it refers to the state of question of noun. For example, Rohit is a hard worker. He is an honest man. Verb. Verb is a word that expresses an action. It tells about the action of the subject. That is, verb is divided into two types. That is, main verb. Regular verbs or irregular verbs come under this category. Auxiliary verbs, primary auxiliary verbs, and then modal auxiliary verbs. For example, action. Mira is eating. It was raining. And then linking verb. That is, Maya is sad. John is my friend. We can see in general about a transitive verb. A transitive verb is a verb that denotes an action which passes over from the doer or subject to an object. An intransitive verb is a verb that denotes an action which does not pass over to an object or which expresses a state or a being, as he ran a long distance. It refers to the action. The baby sleeps, that is the state. There is a flaw in this diamond, that is the being. The boy kicks the football. The boy laughs loudly. In sentences, the action denoted by the verb, that is kicks, passes over from the doer or subject, that is boy, to some object, that is the football. The verb kicks is therefore called a transitive verb. That is, transitive means passing over. The action denoted by the verb laughs stops the doer or subject, a boy, and does not pass over to an object. The verb laughs is therefore called an intransitive verb. Intransitive means that is passing over. We can say the topic that is noun in gender. We know that boy, lion, hero, cock, sparrow, that refers to the male gender, and then girl, female, that is lioness, heroine, hen sparrow. What do you notice in this type of sentences? The first word of each pair is the name of a male animal, and then the second word of each pair is the name of a female animal. A noun that denotes a male animal is said to be of the masculine gender. That is, gender comes from the Latin genus, kind or sort. A noun that denotes a female animal is said to be of the feminine gender. A noun that denotes either a male or a female is said to be of the common gender, as parent, child, friend, people, servant, thief, relation, enemy, cousin, person, orphan, student, baby, monarch, neighbor, infant. We can say examples as such. And then a verb is a word that tells or asserts something about a person or thing. Verb comes from the Latin verbum, that is a word. It is so called because it is the most important word in a sentence. A verb may tells us what a person or thing does, as Harry laughs. The clock strikes. What is done to a person or thing, as Harry is scolded. The window is broken. What a person or thing is, as the cat is dead. Glass is brittle. I feel sorry. A verb is a word used to tell or assert something about some person or thing. A verb often consists of more than one word. The girls were singing. I have learned my lesson. The watch has been found. A noun that denotes a thing that is either male or female, that is thing without life, is said to be of the neuter gender. Already we have seen masculine, feminine, and the neuter gender. As a book, pen, room, tree, objects without life are often personified, that is spoken of as if they were living beings. We then regard them as males or females. The masculine gender is often applied to objects remarkable for strength and violence, as the sun, summer, winter, time, death. The sun sheds his beams on rich and poor alike. The feminine gender is sometimes applied to objects remarkable for beauty, gentleness, and gracefulness as the moon, the earth, spring, atom, nature, liberty, justice, mercy, peace, hope, charity, etc. The moon has hidden her face behind a cloud. Spring has spread her mantle of green over the earth. Peace had here victories no less renowned than war. This use is most common in poetry, but certain nouns are personified in a ruse and is written often as be of spoken as the ship last to her float in the sea. We can say the noun in number, that is singular or plural. A noun that denotes one person or thing is said to be in the singular number, as boy, girl, cow, bird, tree, book, pen. A noun that denotes more than one person or thing, it's said to be in plural number, as we will add yes to the nouns, that is boys, girls, cows, birds, trees, books, pens. Thus, there are two numbers in English, the singular and the plural. The plural of nouns is generally formed by adding yes to the singular, as a boy comes under boys, pen, pens, girl, girls, desk, desk, book, books, cow, cows. But nouns ending in yes, sh, that is a she, a ch, that is soft, or a x form the plural by adding yes to the singular, as class comes under classes. Kiss means we have to say kisses, dish, dishes, brush, brushes, match, matches, watch, watches, and then branch, branches, tax, taxes, box, boxes. We can give more examples. For particularly, we have given certain examples. Most nouns ending in o, that is, it also forms the plural by adding es to the singular. That is, as buffalo, buffaloes, mango, mangoes, hero, heroes, potato, potatoes, cargo, cargoes, echo, echoes, negro, negroes, volcano, volcanoes. A few nouns ending in o merely add yes, as dynamo means dynamos, solo, solos, ratio, ratios, canto, cantos, memento, mementos, quarto, quartos, piano, pianos, photo, photos, stereo, stereos, kilo, kilos, logo, logos, commando, commandos. And then fifth rule, nouns ending in y, that is preceded by a consonant, form their plural by changing y into I and adding es. For example, baby means in plural form we should say babies, lady, ladies, city, cities, army, armies, story, stories, pony, ponies. And then these and all comes under certain rules. The following nouns ending in f or fe form their plural by changing for a fe into v and adding es, as thief becomes as thieves, wife, wives, wolf, wolves, life, lives, cough, coughs, and then leaf, leaves, loaf, loaves, knife, knives, shelf, shelves, half, halves, and then elf means elves, self, selves, thief, thieves. The nouns, that is dwarf, hoof, scarf, and warf take either s or vs in the plural, such as dwarfs or dwarfs, hoofs or hooves, and then scarves or scarves, dwarfs or dwarfs. Other words ending in for fe add yes, as chief comes chiefs, safe, saves, proof, proofs, gulf, gulfs, cliff, cliffs, handkerchief, handkerchiefs. A few nouns form their plural by changing the inside vowel, as man becomes men in plural, woman, women, foot, feet, tooth, teeth, and then mouse, mice, etc. We can say the noun case with examples. For example, the sentence, John threw a stone, the horse kicked the boy. In sentence, the noun John is the subject. It is the answer to the question, who threw a stone? The group of words, threw a stone is the predicate. A sentence contains a subject and a predicate. The predicate contains the verb, threw. What did John throw? A stone. Stone is the object which John threw. The noun stone is therefore called the object. In the sentence 2, the noun horse is the subject. It is the answer to the question, who kicked the boy? The noun boy is the object. It is the answer to the question, that is, whom did the horse kick? When a noun or pronoun is used as the subject of a verb, it is said to be in the nominative case. When a noun or a pronoun it is used as the object of a verb, it is said to be in the adjective or accusative case. That is, we can note to find the nominative. For that, we can simply put who or what before the verb. To find the accusative, put whom or what. That is before the verb and its subject. A noun which comes after a preposition is also said to be in the accusative case, as the book is in the desk. The noun desk is in the accusative case, that is governed by the preposition in. And then, for example, Harry broke the window. It comes under object. The window was broken. That comes under subject. It will be seen that nouns in English have the same form for the nominative and the accusative. The nominative generally comes before the verb and the accusative after the verb. Hence, they are distinguished by the order of words or by the sense. This is Ram's umbrella. Ram's umbrella, the umbrella belonging to Ram. The form of the noun Ram, that is changed to the, it shows its ownership of possession. The noun Ram is also in the possessive or genitive case. We can see the adverb. Adverb is a word which modifies the meaning of a verb. It's a word used to add something to the meaning of a verb, that is an adjective or another verb. For example, we can say, Anbu speaks English fluently. I read a newspaper. I met my friend last week. Most adverbs end with the ly. We can say the kinds of adverbs, that is adverbs of manner. It refers to what kind of manner. Adverbs of time. It refers to when. And then adverbs of place, it answers to the question where and which direction. Adverbs of frequency or number, it shows how often the action takes place. Adverbs of degree or quantity, to how extent. And then interrogative adverbs, it comes under questions. And then adverbs of affirmation, that is a negation, yes or no type or WH. Relative adverbs that used to combine or relate classes. Preposition, it is denotes the place and time, and a movement, that is destination and direction. We can explain in detail, that is, it is a word that shows the relationship between the noun and noun, or an adjective or a noun or verbs. It denotes the exact position of a noun, we used to say. We can see the kinds of preposition. Simple preposition, often use simple preposition, that is at, by, for, from, in, of, to, up, with, etc. We can demonstrate various examples with the formation of sentences. And then compound preposition, for example, about, across, along, among, before, beside, inside, within, besides, etc. Conjunction. Conjunction is a word used to join words or sentences together. For example, after, because, that, although, unless, or, but, because, so, if, and then either or, neither nor, still, only. Examples we can see. Venkat was absent because he was ill. Sujata is honest but not a smart girl. Interjection. It is a word which expresses a sudden feeling or emotion is called an interjection. Example, hooray, ha, oh, hush, well done, hello, alas, exclamation mark will be there. Example, well, I agree with you. Hello, my car is gone. Alas, she is dead now. We can see more examples to state the parts of speech. For example, related to the noun. We can give us exercise to the students also. The cat is black. He lost his socks. The monkey is eating bananas. Raj has completed his task yet. For pronoun, she is angry. They have already left. I am busy. Those puppies are so cute. Verb. Ram is playing. Shyam is eating. He is riding a bicycle. She looks sad. Adjective. She is a cruel sister. He looks charming. The lady looks pretty in a sari. That was a huge bangla. Adverb. Rita arrived early today. She drives slowly. She speaks softly. Only Rohit was late at the party. For precautions, I am standing over the brush. They all spoke against the watchman. She lives across the street. Sorry for the delay. Conjunctions. Shreya and Rhea are friends. She is pretty but not smart. She loves momos with a mayonnaise. The students were not keeping quiet, so the teacher left. Interjections. And then, oops, I forget her birthday. Ouch, I'm hurt. Allows a bad day. We can say tenses. First of all, we should know what is meant by tense. It denotes the time of action. That is, the verb shows that the action is mentioned as incomplete or continuous. That is, as still going on. The verb shows that the action is mentioned as finished, complete, or perfect at the time of speaking. The tense of the verb is said to be present perfect continuous because the verb shows that the action is going on continuously and not completed at this present moment. The past continuous, that it is used to denote an action going on at some time in the past. The time of action may or may not be indicated. That is, the past perfect describes an action completed before a certain moment in the past. The past perfect continuous tense is used for an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to that time. We use the future continuous tense to talk about actions which will be in progress at a time in the future. The future perfect tense is used to talk about actions that will be completed by a certain future time. The future perfect continuous tense is used for actions which will be in progress over a period of time that will end in the future. Thank you.